Hello, I'm Danielle. This is Yoga in Nature by Wellness Alignment. Today we're going to be doing a 30-minute Vinyasa flow. So if you want to grab your mat, we're going to start lying down on our backs. Once you get there, bring the bottom of your feet together and just allow your knees to open wide, letting gravity just take over, really starting to open up our hips, bringing your arms overhead and grabbing opposite elbows. Let's just take a couple of moments here to set our body and our mind, getting ready for our practice. Finding your breath. And really remembering to use your breath as your guide throughout your practice. Releasing your arms, bringing your hands down by the outsides of your legs, helping your knees to touch. And we're just going to windshield wiper our legs left to right. Good, and the next time your knees fall to the left, rolling into a fetal position, using your arms to lift yourself up, we're gonna go into tabletop. So in tabletop, you always wanna make sure your knees and hips are in one line, elbows, wrists, and shoulders, palms flat and fingers wide. We're gonna go through a couple rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, pushing your chest through, gaze up. Exhale, arching your back, tucking your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Let's take two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, chest through, gaze up. Exhale, arching your back, rounding your spine. Coming into a neutral spine, turning your fingertips to the outside edges of your mat, and then you're just going to gently rock left to right. Good, recentering, releasing your fingertips to the top of the mat. Tucking under your toes, we're going to go into our fire toe stretch. So making sure all 10 toes are tucked under, we're going to sit back on our heels. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bringing your arms behind your back, interlacing your fingers, dropping your hands towards your feet, and lifting through the chest. Really opening up our heart space here. Keep breathing. Two more breaths here. Good, and gently release, hands back to the mat, untuck your toes, tap out the feet. Good, from here we're going to go into a wide angled child's pose. So keeping your big toes to touch and just taking your knees to about mat width distant, and then dropping your hips back, extending your arms out long, bringing your forehead to the mat. And slowly bringing yourself upright, bringing those knees back into center, tucking under your toes. Inhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. So in downward dog, you can pedal out those heels. Take turns turning the tops of the feet over. Everyone shake your head yes and no. Walking your feet to the back of your hands. As bend in the knees, we're going to rest our chest and belly on top of our thighs, grabbing opposite elbows, going into ragdoll. Really just let your head and neck hang heavy here. If it feels good, you can sway side to side. Releasing your hands, framing your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle, swoop your arms up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Remember, plank can always be done on your knees. We're slowly going to lower onto our belly, untuck your toes, lifting your chest through cobra. Bringing your gaze back to your mat, tucking under your toes. Inhale, lift, downward dog. We're going to start going into our flow from here. So inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, stepping that right foot through, keeping the heel of that left foot towards the sky. You're on the ball of that back foot. We're going to inhale, rise into high crescent. Good, release your hands, framing that right foot, stepping that right foot up and back for one-legged down dog. From here you can bend the knee, opening up that hip. Squaring those hips off, placing that right foot to the mat for downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, stepping that left foot through. Again, we're staying on the ball of that back foot, the heel towards the sky. Lift, high crescent. Two more breaths. Good, release your hands, framing that foot, stepping back, one-legged down dog, bending that knee, squaring your hips, placing that left foot to the mat, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, this time we're going to step it through and rise into warrior two. So in warrior two, you want to make sure your back foot is parallel to the edge of that mat, front knee bent, going towards your pinky toe. You're really engaging your core, gaze over the front fingers. Reverse warrior, left hand down that back leg, right arm lifts. Side angle, right elbow on that right knee, left arm overhead. Release your hands, framing that right foot, stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, high plank, moving through chaturanga. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, stepping that left foot through. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Reverse warrior, right hand on that back leg, left arm lifts. Side angle. Release your hands, framing that foot, stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, moving through chaturanga. Meeting in downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, stepping that right foot through. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Again, do a quick body scan, make sure everything is aligned. Reverse warrior. Side angle. This time we're going to bring our hands to heart center, stepping that back foot up to meet the front, going into chair pose. So in chair, you want to gaze down, make sure you can see your toes and move your toes. Again, shoulders are relaxed and away from your ears. You can have your hands at prayer, cactus the arms, or arms overhead. Can you go a little lower in your chair? Good, release your hands, framing your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, stepping that left foot through. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Bringing your hands to prayer, stepping that back foot up to meet the front, moving into chair pose. Again, gaze down. Can you see your toes and move your toes? Same option with the arms. Can you go a little lower? Release your hands, framing your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep your arms overhead. Good, releasing your arms by your side. From here, we're going to go into a squat. So, stepping a little bit wider on your mat. And then we're just going to drop our hips down, elbows on the insides of your knee. You can even use your elbows to push those knees a little bit wider to deepen the stretch. If you can, you want both feet flat on the floor. We're just going to be here for a couple of breaths, so get comfortable, maybe close your eyes. Really engage your pelvic floor muscles here. You should feel a lift. Activating your core. Releasing your left hand to the mat. We're going to inhale, right arm lifts. You can circle out the wrist. Good, bringing that right hand to the mat. Inhale, left arm extends. Again, circling out the wrist on this side. Bringing that left hand back to the mat. Inhale, lift your hips, heel-toeing your feet back into center. We're gonna step back into downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lowering down onto our belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, we're gonna step that right foot through, going into pigeon pose. So dropping onto that left knee and untucking the left toes. So this might be a deep enough stretch for your hips. If you wanna go a little bit deeper, you're gonna go onto your forearms or bringing your forehead to the mat. We're gonna hold this stretch for a couple of breaths. So maybe with each exhale, see if you can sink those hips a little bit deeper. Use your breath to help release any of that tightness or tension. We're here for 3 more breaths. And slowly start bringing yourself upright, tucking under those left toes, kicking that right leg up and back. Placing it on the mat, downward dog. Other side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bringing that left leg forward, dropping onto that right knee and then tucking the right toes. So this side might be tighter, it might be a lot looser. Just be patient with your body wherever you're at today. Option to stay upright. Drop onto your forearms or go into sleepy pigeon, bringing your forehead to the mat. Again, using your breath, even if it's to help your mind from wandering, keeping your focus on your breath will help you. Let's take 3 more breaths. And slowly bringing yourself upright, untucking those back toes, kicking that left leg up and back, downward dog. Dropping onto our knees, we're going to come into a high kneeling pose, getting ready for camel. So bringing your hands to your hip bones. I want you to imagine you have a string that's lifting your chest upwards. So we start opening up our heart space, our chest is opening. This is the first option. If you want to go deeper, you're going to bring your fingertips to the inside of your ankles, thumb on the outside, and then push your hips forward. Keep breathing wherever you're at. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. And slowly come out of it, bringing your hands to the mat for tabletop. Let's just go through 1 round of cat-cow just to set the spine. Good, sitting back on our heels, swinging our legs out long in front. Sitting up nice and tall, flexing your toes back towards your knees. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. And slowly release, lying down on your backs. We're gonna bring our knees, oh sorry, hang on. Oh, I need to lay this way.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's harder to see your face that way, but so if you want to...
What did I just...
Whatever your standing position was.
I don't remember what I just did.
Oh, neither do I. That's okay. We can, I mean, we're 24 minutes into this, so if it just kind of fades into something, I think it'll be fine.
Okay, what was I just doing over here? We did camel and then I did cat-cow,
Okay.
right? I did camel, cat-cow.
Well, I think you had kind of like your chest up.
Yeah, I did this.
Okay.
And then I said, let's come into cat-cow to offset. Oh, I just did this. We were just in forward fold. Okay, so now I'm saying lie down on your back. Okay.
So I would go from the other position, like go back into
the fold.
yeah, just so that you don't like all of a sudden switch positions.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'll stay here for a minute. And slowly rise, lying down on your backs. We're gonna bring our knees in towards our chest. Hands grab the heels, bringing your forehead to the knees. Making yourself into a nice tight ball. Good, and slowly release. Hands and arms to the mat. We're gonna extend our arms and legs up now for dead bug. Circling out your wrists and ankles. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Bringing your arms to the mat first, keeping your legs extended. And very slowly to the count of 10, lowering your legs to the mat. Once your legs have reached the mat, we're going to be going into our final resting pose. So closing your eyes if they aren't closed already. Lying down on your back, closing your eyes, and finding your breath. Releasing any tension or tightness that you might be holding on to in your forehead or jaw. And just allow your body to melt into your mat. I invite you to think of 3 things that you are grateful for right now. Bring your right hand over your heart, left over your belly. And just let that gratitude fill your body. Releasing your arms, rolling onto either side into a fetal position. And using your arms to bring yourself upright. Keeping your eyes closed and bringing your hands to prayer. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Danielle. This is Yoga in Nature.